What's up guys, welcome back to another video. We've been getting a lot of rain and snow the past couple of days, and then you get a day like today where the sun comes out and it's actually not too cold, and it makes me miss driving this thing so bad. It reminds me of summer when all the boys would get together with all the Subies and we would just have a good time. Speaking of summer, I am so excited for this specific one because there have been 3 things on my mind that I cannot wait to see get done this summer. Number 1 is to get Chino's flares paint matched and his car lowered. Number 2 is to finally see Diego's bug eye done. And number 3 is the new setup on the STI. I can't wait guys, I'm excited, but we got to be patient with it. Like I've said in the past, if you could just do everything all at once to your car, then there'd be nothing fun in that. So the time in between and waiting for things to happen is just what makes it so much fun. Anyways, let's see if this thing even unlocks. Nope. No, there we go. You guys remember last year my car was like completely dead the entire time, so even trying to unlock it, it just wouldn't go. Guys, it just feels so good to sit in the seat again, smell the air freshener again, feel the shifter, see those red lights light up again. It just gets me so excited to drive this thing again. Hey guys, it's actually the next day. I didn't realize how late I started the vlog yesterday, and I ran out of daylight pretty quickly, so I figured I would just start it this morning. That way I don't feel too rushed while I'm out here. Come on. And yesterday, if you guys remember, there was like no snow on the ground, and within a couple of hours last night we got at least 6 inches. It's still really early in the season, but I thought it'd be pretty cool this year to do a ski vlog with all of the boys. Once we get a little bit more snow and it's actually worth going up, we'll definitely bring you guys along. I think it'll be really fun. But anyways, let's get started on the flares. It's really weird because Weathership is supposed to get rid of gaps, and for some reason in my case, when it didn't have the Weathership, it had no gaps, and when we added it, it created gaps. So we're just gonna take off the flare, take the Weathership off, put the flare back on, and see if it maybe fixes it. I don't know. Doesn't really matter at this point because, like I said, we're not going to be running the flares anymore. Got all the hardware out. Now we just pull this off. There we go. Oh, that's the worst part about flares, guys. You get so much dirt in between the flare and like the side skirt area. So that's something that I definitely want to do in the summertime, is kind of DIY something here so I'm not getting a bunch of dirt in between like the side skirt like this. All right, let's take off this weather strip. Man, it's like super sticky because it has like an adhesive side. I'll show you guys once we take this off. Holy shit. That's really on there. There we go. I feel like maybe this could have been causing the gaps because it's so thick. I would see a bunch of flared cars at Subi Fest, and they had a much thinner weather strip than I did. So maybe that's the issue. It's also a cheap weather strip from Amazon, so I guess I don't blame it. All right, there we go. Got it all off. So I don't know how well you guys can see that, but this part of the weather strip goes over the flare. And then this is the back side, and it has adhesive on the inside too, so it sticks a little better. But yeah, let's find out if that was the issue with the gaps. So I got the flare back on, and there definitely still is a small gap right there. Regardless though, I always felt like this look right here looks so much cleaner than with the weather strip, but unfortunately we're not able to run it like this because rocks and stuff like to get underneath here and then they start scratching the paint, so that was never really an option for us. At least now I know that the weather strip wasn't the one causing those gaps. It's just something that I was really curious about. But I'm gonna get this flare back off. We're gonna go ahead and remove the rest of them as well, and then we'll talk a little bit more about what my plan is with the stuff that's currently on my car right now. I've always wanted to see the rear flares without the weather strip because of all the cuts. I just kind of wanted to see what they look like behind everything. Let's get this one off. God, this stuff is actually so sticky. It's crazy. It hurts my fingers because it's cold. But as you guys can see, I'm actually really surprised with how straight that is. Go. Oh my God, look at this. It's like a bunch of dirt just trapped in there. It's like all frozen too. But yeah, see, look at that. I'm actually really surprised about that, how straight all that really was. Got all the flares off now. Got the other two over here. I've gotten a couple of you guys who have asked me if I am willing to sell the flares now that I'm not going to be running them anymore. And the answer to that is I'm not sure. The reason for that is because, as you guys can see on the front flare, the front bumper piece is molded to my bumper, which is okay in the front because a lot of people actually run these flares without the front piece. The real issue is when you go to the rears. The flare was only bolted on from the door down to the bumper. All of this right here was molded, so there's really no way of removing this part of the flare without completely destroying it. So the door piece is molded onto the door, and then you have the inner piece molded to the door jamb. That's kind of why I don't really have an answer for the people who have asked me about the flares. That's like my main concern about them, is that you won't have a whole front piece of the rear flares. But I mean, if there's anyone out there who thinks that they can make these work regardless, then hit me up. I think this would be a good time to talk to you guys about what's going to be going on with my car. Now, I'm not going to say it right now, but a lot of you guys have commented it already in previous videos. So with that being said, my STI OEM side skirts will be up for sale as well. As far as the front bumper, there's really nothing that I can do about that. I mean, it's pretty beat up, so it'll kind of be the same thing with the flares. If you guys want it and you think you can make it work, then hit me up. I'm also going to be selling the JDM fog lights with the JDM bezels. The rear bumper will also need to go, but I would say only if you're currently running flares or you're planning to run flares, because it is slightly cut right here just to make it fit with the flares. And the last thing that kind of breaks my heart, but it has to be done because these wheel specs will not work with the new setup. The TEs will also be up for sale, so if anyone is interested in those, hit me up. I'm in no rush to sell any of this stuff, guys. It's still a couple of months out before we even get started on the new setup. But if you are interested, make sure to hit me up on my Instagram and maybe we can work out a deal for something. But yeah, guys, I'm so excited. Just seeing the flares off makes me feel like I'm just a little bit closer to getting that new setup. It's gonna be so crazy, and this time I've learned my lesson, guys. These flares have taught me so much. I'm gonna take my time with this new setup. I'm gonna make sure everything is done 100% right. It's gonna be my first time ever going to a legit shop, so that's awesome. This car is gonna look completely different than what it looks like right now. I'm just so excited for you guys to see the car all completed. But remember, before we even get into any of that, we still gotta install this bad boy right here, the turbo that's just been chilling. We're gonna get that installed within the next couple of weeks, hopefully. And then I'm also gonna try and order some spark plugs, coil packs, and just get everything done all at once on this car. I really want to clean up the engine bay as well because it is filthy. And don't forget, guys, we also have to fix the 2 oil leaks that the car has currently. One is underneath the oil filter down there, and then the other one, I believe, is the cam seal on this side. So we are going to be removing the timing belt, which is super nerve-wracking, but we got to get it done. Hopefully by the end of winter I have everything done and the car will be in tip-top shape. Still got to get that in the car. We still got to do all the oil leaks and all that stuff, but I can already envision everything with the car looking exactly how I want it, and also driving the way that I want it to drive. With a nice good turbo in there and all the oil leaks fixed and all the issues fixed, I'm excited, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm freezing out here. I'm gonna go inside and edit this video for you guys. I hope all of you guys are as excited as I am. I know I've said that like a million times, but I just can't wait for everything to be done on this car. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.